second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life, there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. I took a walk one street over from my home. Cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I love today. One street
Hello, Rich Top Rambler singing us in, but the song is over, so hey, that's our cue to get to it. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and yes, this is one street over. What's going on? One street over from where you live in. We are living and loving, working in Robertson County. Something like that Mayor Vogel says. You know, I always like to quote him. He goes, LaVern, we are blessed because we get to live and work in Robertson County.
I agree.
And I'm like, absolutely, Mayor. And I got Mayor Buzzy Poole in here, city mayor, not to be confused with the county mayor, which we will talk with next week, I think. No, that'll be Danny Weeks next week. And then we'll have a county commissioner meeting and all that. Just all the things. We're back into the swing of things. I've gotten back from my road trip to Mexico. I did my mission trip down there. And so now I'm kind of getting back into the swing of all the normal. You know, we have our reoccurring guest, and you're a reoccurring guest that kind of floats.
Yeah.
It's like when I've got an open slot, I'm like, hey, Buzzy, I've got a minute here. Why don't you come on in?
Absolutely. I appreciate
it.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Oh, I love talking to you. It's so much fun.
We have great conversations.
We do.
We never know where it's going to go.
This is true. And that's why we like it.
Yes.
But now we were talking off mic, and as we were just kind of listening to the Ramblers sing us in, and we were talking about how that everything that happened for the big 250th celebrations. Now, I was in Cross Plains, and I had Barry and Rebecca had asked me to come up and help them with that on Friday night, and we had storms come through. It was not what we had hoped.
Yes.
Their fireworks and stuff, they did that on Saturday, so that all went okay. But now with what was happening with our Freedom Fest, how all did that? Because you were supposed to be playing music, right?
Yes,
And y'all didn't get to play music.
Well,
So
and
kind of update us on how everything went down, because I think some are curious.
the way it kind of started out, and I got a phone call early Friday morning, and Ryan called and said that the management group that managed Easton Corbin had called him late the night before and said that Easton had been admitted into the hospital.
Oh, no.
And looked like he wasn't going to be able to come and make the performance at Freedom Fest.
Right.
So Ryan called me and he said, what we're going to do, we're just going to keep everything like it is. We can't find anybody this late in the situation. So you'll play a little longer. We'll start a little later, and then the Nashville Sounds will play right after y'all and play a little longer. And then we'll do our fireworks and everything will be fine.
Be fine.
So we got some rain around 2-ish, and we were supposed to sound check at 3. We got down there, and of course the stage had gotten wet.
Yeah.
And some of the guys from the Parks and Rec department had their backpack blowers, and they were blowing the water off the stage, trying to get everything ready. And I thought, well, this is not bad because it's cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, it was just that's what we noticed too.
And I thought, hey, this is going to be fun. We're going to get to play a little longer.
Yeah.
And but Ryan kept getting updates from the weather service, and they said, well, there's another possible storm coming from the west. We're going to watch it. And sure enough, before we could start the show, here it came. Got the stage completely soaked again. But it's one thing to have rain, but when you have lightning, that's why. And they made the announcement that everybody needs to go shelter.
Yeah.
So then finally the decision was made. The stage was so wet, wasn't a chance to get it dry, that we'd go ahead and just forget about the music, but we're still going to try to do the fireworks.
Right.
And this year we did something new. Instead of shooting the fireworks up on the hill at North Springfield, we shot them from over across the greenway there, kind of where the old water plant used to be. And it really worked well. They were a little late doing the fireworks show because they had some technical difficulties. I'm sure was associated to all the rain, but it was a great fireworks show.
Oh, I heard.
There were still
it was great,
a bunch of people that came back. I mean, the highway was lined with cars.
Yeah.
And people were looking toward the church, and I kept saying, I said, no, they're going to be over here.
Yeah.
Just get ready to turn this way.
Yeah.
But it works really well. But it's kind of sad that there's so much work that goes into that, and so much coordination. And of course, Ryan and Terry Martin and all their guys, everybody involved, the police, the sheriff's department, the fire, all the guys that are there to make this thing work, plus the vendors.
Yeah. And
they just didn't get a chance to have a good celebration. And, and it happens. It happens.
Does. And you just have to roll with it.
That's it. But hopefully next year. The great thing is we've got our first Fridays coming up.
Yep.
1st of August. That's going to be Entice. The band Entice.
No,
they're great.
No, we've already had that. What am I saying? That's next in August.
Yes, this is coming up August the 7th.
We've already had the 1st July.
Yes, and we've had great, I don't want to jinx it, I'm not going to say that, but we've had great crowds. I mean, great crowds. The weather is really cooperated, and that is such an event. You see everybody.
Oh, I know.
And it's people bring their dogs and their children, and it's just a family fun, and it's free.
Yeah.
That's the great. Freedom Fest is free. First Fridays is free, and that gives everybody the opportunity to come and enjoy and spend some money with the downtown merchants. And enjoy Springfield. I had a great conversation. My neighbor across the street just had their second child, and their in-laws came down from Pennsylvania, and the gentleman would walk around the neighborhood sort of just getting his exercise. And so I went out one morning and was talking to him for a second. He said, we really like Springfield. And I said, oh boy. I said, well, come on.
Yeah.
He said, well, we're retired and we're really thinking about it. He said, but people are so nice here. Aww. The community is just, he said, we just feel at home. And I said, well, I would encourage you to come on down. You know, come on, and of course everybody likes Springfield, and we are. I'm like Billy. We are so blessed to be right here in Robeson County. Everybody knows everybody. I'm having a great time being mayor. I have had some fun conversations. There's a lady that calls me about every week, and somehow she got into some trouble.
Oh, okay.
I think driving with a revoked license. And so anyhow, but someone told her that the city mayor could get her charges dropped.
Oh my goodness.
And I told her, I said, ma'am, I really can't do anything in that situation. No. Well, what should I do? I said, get you a lawyer, and maybe you can go back in front of the judge or whatever. I didn't really know exactly because I'm not a lawyer, but I have to keep reminding her that what she was told was not correct. Yeah. But I love talking to everybody. If somebody wants to talk to me, I am there. If somebody wants the mayor to be somewhere, I am there. My goal is to be more visible, more accessible, and I'm just having fun.
Well,
I'm enjoying
You're
it.
doing a great job too, and we love talking to you. And you're just you just got a fun personality out there. So we've had fun. We've had fun with our city mayor, Buzzy Poole, and we appreciate you a lot. So
I appreciate
it's a lot of
everybody,
fun.
and we appreciate you because a lot of people get a lot of information from the people you bring in here.
Well, I appreciate that, and y'all follow us, by the way. And,
Yes, absolutely.
Follow us so you make sure you stay up to date with it. But and that had some. I was at the UPS store. Hey, everybody over there, one of our sponsors, and one of the guys said, y'all just have so many good guests on there. And I was like, well, thank you very much. And I got to give a nod to Lee Marie because she's so good about keeping us plugged in.
Yes.
She had Michael Crawley on here for the third time while I was in Mexico on my mission trip. I haven't had a chance to sit down with that young man yet.
He is a great
What
guy.
he is doing for our community.
Oh, yes.
And he was all, I'm sorry, LaVern, this is, because our schedules just keep not meshing. But I did get into a movie there last Sunday. Have you been to a movie?
Oh,
It's
yes.
the neatest thing. I love it so much.
And they were all dressed in their
know.
red shirts.
Don't they look great?
Oh, yes. I was
so
really
good.
impressed.
Yes.
And he's still, like he explained to me, there's still things that he's doing to the theater that you know, they had to kind of meet a commitment to open at a certain time, a date. And he says, we're still going to be improving things here. We're far from being completely finished. But
I was so impressed.
I admire that gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he is. He's going to make a lot of things happen in Springfield.
I know, and that's what's so exciting. And you need that. We have needed that so much. We've talked a lot about that when I'd sit down and talk with you, or I talk to Mayor Vogel, or anybody that's wants the community to take the next step to the things that we need. And that theater was something that we've all been just eyeing for a decade now.
Yes.
Since it's been closed for more than a decade. Yes. I don't know how long, but I remember one of my last times there was when they were still running film because we were watching Lord of the Rings and the film broke.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay. And they never could get it going, and we just left and never saw the end of it. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I was falling asleep anyway. That thing went on and on and on. But I had my kids. My kids were teens.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was a good 10 years ago, at least, if not more. I don't know how long that theater was closed, but it was a long time. And, you know, there were all these little anticipations about what was going to come in. And it's just beautiful and brilliant. Somebody put up a picture. They had an old car sitting out in front of it, and they did a black and white pic. Yeah. And my husband was like, that's one of the original pictures. And I'm like, no, they fixed that. Because I said the marquee is Minions and Monsters. Yeah. So, you know, so the little banner poster right there on the side if you look. But it looked really cool. It made it look, it was just a neat thing. So
well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So many people said, well, we don't have a bowling alley now. We don't have a skating rink. We don't have a movie theater. Well, now we have a movie. Let's support it.
Yes.
Let's go there, be faithful, and go and watch movies, enjoy time with your family and friends, and let's help Michael make that thing a success because he has poured his heart and soul into that situation, and such a nice guy. I mean, he's just a pleasure to talk to. And every time I talk with him, I'm wanting to pat him on the back, just tell him thank you for what you're doing. And before I go home every evening, I go down Main Street and I just kind of notice how it's blooming. Yeah. And the theater is the showcase right now.
It really is. It really is.
We should be.
I can't say enough about it.
I get excited. Tickled. I really do. But I'm excited about some other things. And I've got,
let's get talking. And I do have to go get your popcorn bucket at the theater because $5 refill after it's $25. But to the end of the year, I almost want to go see Minions and Monsters again just so I can sit there and eat popcorn. Yeah. You know, because it's just so much fun. Because I just love that feel. You know. But anyway, we'll quit talking about the theater. I know I go on and on about it all the time because I'm super excited about it. So what else have you got going?
Okay. I'm going to talk about Bravo Gelato that's just now open. That's in the old Deja Vu building. I stopped by the other day. It's delicious. Go in there and have some gelato. Of course, Panera Bread is fixing to be available.
I know.
7 Brew right there, very close. And of course, we've got Panda Express now. We got Chipotle. We've got all these, as Ryan would say, fast casual.
Yeah.
I like that term, fast casual. You can go through the drive-thru, or you can come in and sit down and eat. Like we were talking earlier, our wastewater treatment plant is on schedule. Everything is going well. We're excited about that. That is such a forward-thinking thing for our city to be involved in. We're working now to get ready to start on Fire Station 3.
Okay.
That's much needed as we're kind of expanding out as our city grows. And we just received word that we have been given a $1.8 million budget from the state to do paving
Okay.
within the city. And we're going to spend some money improving John L. Patterson, 22nd Avenue, 10th Avenue East, Bill Jones Industrial. And all this is being funded by a state grant. So this is, when you get money given to you, that is, and bravo to the people that work to get this money secured for us.
Yes.
But we got exciting things coming up. Making hands. I'm all about. I'm excited too. I'm excited too.
That's the plan.
Yes. And the cool thing about making hands is it really goes back to the history of Robeson County. And of course, tobacco was king back in those days. And when I've heard the title, I thought, well, I used to work some in tobacco, because as young guys, we worked in tobacco, or we picked up hay, square bale hay. That's how we made our summer money. That we could go to the fair on, take our girlfriends to the fair, and try to win teddy bears and all that kind of stuff. But okay, we've got July 10th, 11th, 17th, and 18th. Doors the performances start at 7 p.m., but then they have a matinee on July 12th and 19th at 2 p.m. And my good friend Bill Stewart has really added some music, some original compositions. They originally did this play, I think, in 1996.
Yeah.
Danny sent me a little information about it. I love Danny. He's such a good guy. And his dad, Mr. B, I called him. Mr. B was the first Parks and Rec director for Springfield.
Really? He was on the radio here too.
Oh, he was.
That's
he
what
was something.
I understand. Yeah.
A football hero, a high school football hero. Oh yes, B was
Fun.
something else. I was scared to death of him because he just had that look. You know? But he was so. We had a little band, and this rec center was the old Payne Brothers building, which is the senior citizen now.
Okay.
Right there. He allowed us to rehearse in that building.
Nice.
He was so nice to us, but he do his finger at you and say, now you make sure, when you come, just the band, you lock the door, do your rehearsal, pack your stuff, get out, lock the door back. And that's exactly what we did. We made sure there wasn't even a chewing gum wrapper left.
Yeah. No friends in there, no groupies.
No partying, anything like that. But he allowed us to do that because we played there some after the football games. Okay. Which was a good social event for the kids in school.
That's so cool. What neat memories.
Oh yeah. And he didn't have to do that. And but I tell Danny every time I see him, I said, your dad was so kind to us. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
But Making Hands, go see this. I'm going to be there Friday night. It's going to be fun time, and we're excited about it. And go see the Robeson County players in action. And it's going to be at I call it the old high school auditorium, but it's Innovation Academy. So make your plans. July 10th, 11th, 17th, 18th. That's your evening performances. And then July 12th and 19th, that's your 2 p.m. matinee. So go see Making Hands. Okay, we talked about First Friday. Okay, Friday, July 17th, the Isaiah 117. The Robeson County Chamber is sponsoring a lemonade stand. Who doesn't like lemonade? I love lemonade. It's going to be from 9 to 12 on the Courthouse Square. Come enjoy some lemonade. It's for a wonderful charity.
What's the date on that again?
That's Friday, July 17th.
That's next Friday.
That's next Friday.
Next Friday. The Lemonade Stand is a campaign that they do for Isaiah.
Oh, yes.
And kids around the country and, in areas where they have Isaiah houses, and everybody needs a couple of them. But They, have these lemonade stands as a little fundraiser, and it's just a fun little event that they do. But they'll do them in other neighborhoods too. But I love that they're doing one on the courthouse square.
Well, and this is a life-changing thing that they.
You better believe it.
And bless their hearts for being so diligent in doing what they're doing to make these things a success. Then Saturday, the next day at 12 noon, there's Pray for Tennessee on the courthouse steps.
Lee Marie sent me something about
There
that.
you
Go ahead,
go.
and
There
I've got
you
a couple
go.
of things to add to it.
Well,
but go ahead.
Dr. Arlen Smith, he called me and he asked me if I would come. I was there last year. Several of the local pastors. There'll probably be someone there from South Haven. I hope Brother Robert Gardner is there because I love to hear that man
He's
pray.
wonderful.
Oh, he is so nice.
Wonderful.
And I saw him out at the Juneteenth celebration, and what a crowd they had for the Juneteenth celebration. And everybody there was fed. It was just amazing fellowship and fun. And but we're going to have the prayer. I call it Prayer on the Square, but it's really Pray for Tennessee, and that's going to be at the courthouse Saturday, July 18th at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So come on up.
And the challenge is, and Lee Marie is saying, Mayor Vogel was saying, they circled the courthouse. Wouldn't it be cool if we had 2 circles around the courthouse?
Yes.
And you know what? Let's do it for Mayor Vogel.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows the challenges he's got going on health wise right now. He's about to finish his term and hand it over to Mayor Hoover. And what a way to say thank you to Mayor Vogel for all he's done in service to this community, this county, and just to pray healing over him and all that are struggling with health issues. And there's a lot of them out there, man. And so I just, in honor of Mayor Vogel, let's circle that courthouse twice. I think that's a great idea, Lee Marie. So she's put that challenge out there. We'll put that challenge out there. And that's next Saturday.
Billy has taught us what courage is, what leadership is, and I try to talk to Billy every time I can get a chance. Sometimes I'll run up by his office. He's not busy, just sit down and talk with him. But he wanted to finish his term. And that's the kind of guy he is. If he starts something, he's going to finish it. And he told me when I got elected, he called me up and he said, I'm going to tell you something, Buzz. He said, you're not going to make everybody happy. And he said, you just get ready. He said, some days you'll make someone happy and you'll make someone unhappy. And then there's some days you're not going to make anybody happy. And he said, just get ready for all that. Yeah. And Billy's been very encouraging to me. And every time we get together, we have a great conversation. And I told him one day, I said, Billy, I just hope you realize how many people are praying for you, my friend, because I've seen him out in the community and people just love him. They love him. And he's done a great job for the county. And I know Keith will fall right in there and do a great job too. And pray for these people. Pray for our leaders. Pray for
Mayor
me.
Buzzy.
Absolutely. Pray for our city. Pray for our nation.
And pray for it's Pray for TN, Pray for Tennessee event.
Yes.
Next Saturday.
The
So
18th.
come on out for
Yes.
sure. And and I'll just tell you, Mayor's holding his own. He told me, he says, LaVern, he says, I'm gonna finish this term. I'm gonna go adopt a dog. So he's got such a heart for the rescues down at the shelter. And so that tells me he's planning on sticking around.
That's
so
how.
He's there's so much they can do. And so, hey, I just, God is a God of miracles. And so, we just keep praying for all of our friends like Billy that's got those challenges going on.
It always comes back to me that you have not because you ask not.
Yeah.
And I think, when I pray, I name names. I just don't say, Lord, help those that are struggling or with disease.
No.
I specifically name the people I'm praying for.
Absolutely.
And, but you're talking about, rescue dogs and stuff. There was the cutest little group of puppies on the Robinson County Animal Shelter, and I called about the male of the litter. And I was a little late, and he had already been adopted. And I said, well, that's great. And I said, wasn't meant to be. And 2 weeks later, they called me up and said, are you still interested in the little puppy? He's part beagle and part lab. And I said, yeah, maybe. What's up? Well, the people that adopted him, he was just a little too rowdy for them.
Oh.
They had a young child,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't going to be a good fit.
Wasn't a good fit, yeah.
So I wound up with the little beagle puppy, and I named him Rocco. And he is a handful.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, as long as I'm kind of close enough to him, he stays pretty close. But if he watches me, and if I turn my back, he is gone.
Oh, no.
He's trailing or whatever. He
Yeah.
puts his nose to the ground. But everybody in the neighborhood pretty much knows he's my dog.
Yeah.
So whenever he runs off, I just make sure I keep my phone handy because
Somebody
someone will
calling.
call, oh, yeah, your dog's down here. I've got him. And I said, okay, I'll be right there. But
How long have you had him?
year and a half.
Oh, gosh.
And
yeah.
he's a hoot. And he will sit on the couch and watch television. I've never seen a dog do that. But he puts his paw up on the arm of the couch and he'll just sit there like he's
watching TV.
He does.
It's funny.
It's kind of funny. And he gets mad. He doesn't like it when I leave. And he'll be on the couch and I'm leaving for work. And I walk in the living room. I say, Rocco, I'll be back. And he just does. He looks away from me.
He does, isn't that funny? Dogs are so much fun. We have a Great Dane that
Oh, my gracious. Yeah.
you talk about a handful now. That one's a handful. But when we were getting the suitcases out to go on our mission trip, he was just not having it. And I mean, didn't want nothing to do with us.
Oh,
and
they know.
they get upset.
They
do. So that's fun. But I love that Mayor Vogel's talking about going and getting him a dog as soon as he finishes his term. And so, like I said, he's fighting and he's doing good, and the Lord is providing and just, getting him through every day. And we just want to keep him around for a long, long time.
Absolutely. I love Billy
believe that
Vogel.
It can happen. Yeah, we all do.
Billy.
So Mayor Buzzy Poole and I go down rabbit holes. We say all that to say that Lee Marie challenged us to challenge you to circle the courthouse twice, not just once.
Yes.
A week from Saturday for Pray for TN, Pray for Tennessee, in honor of Mayor Billy Vogel.
And you know what that means? It means you invite some people to come with you or meet you up there.
Yeah.
It's great to show up yourself, but invite some people to come with you. That way we'll be able to make that happen.
Lee Marie says the best way to do it, and because she has all these classes, they do it well in the square. And she says, when you hear a class you want to do, and she goes, and you're kind of apprehensive about it, call a friend and say, hey, I really want to take this class. Come go with me.
Yes.
And that is a great way to get people involved. If you just say, I want to go, would you go with me?
Yes.
And that's a really good way to open the door and get people out. Absolutely. So we really want to circle that. I love that idea of circling the courthouse twice for Mayor Vogel on Saturday. I think that's just a great idea. So anyway, what else have you got? I saw Brian Pulley come in here. We could talk for 2 hours.
That's okay. I enjoy it. Yes.
I do too. And I appreciate you coming in. But remind people when the mayor and alderman meeting happens, and they're invited to come. It's all no secrets.
The third Tuesday of every month. And you can speak if you'll just sign up.
Right.
If there's something you want to speak about.
But it needs to be something that's on the agenda.
It can be, but
you have to petition for that, right?
Well, I think all you have to do is just call City Hall and tell them that you want to speak at the next mayor and alderman meeting. And I believe you can kind of come up and speak about what you want to.
Okay.
I think it's been changed a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll double check
that a
with
little
Ryan.
bit. Yeah.
But we have some people that have shown up with things they're concerned about.
Right.
And we encourage that. Come up there, and it's good to hear someone come up and come forward and speak about what they're concerned about or what they're happy about. And because it be part of what's going on here. It's kind of easy to stand back and let everybody else try to lead and guide and direct the city, but you live here, you're part of it.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Take some initiative, and I've told people that they'll call me about certain things, and we're really opposed to this. I said, well, show up.
Yeah.
That speaks to the Board of Mayor and Alderman. It speaks to the Planning Commission, Board of Zoning Appeals, any situation like that. If you show up, that registers with people.
Right.
It really does. And we've had some things that people have been concerned about. Of course, the data center, that was a hot topic. And, oh, yes. And it's I actually was part of a project when the Bank of New York put a data center in Nashville. No one even knows it's there.
Right.
And but evidently they're not the best things to have in your neighborhoods, which we understand. And the city of Springfield took measures to give us the situation where we can prevent that from happening.
Right.
Now some people have declared.
Brian went over that some. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that was a wise thing to do. And but it's your phones, your computers, all of this stuff, it's stored in the clouds.
Yeah.
And so these data centers are going to be essential, but we just have to find the proper places to put them.
It's like we talk about the wastewater plant. Our farm is next to the wastewater plant. And everybody's like, well, I don't want to live near, somebody's got to have it somewhere.
Yes.
And it's just like all these utilities, you got to have them. And because we do things better than we used to, they're ran well.
Yeah.
And I've never regretted buying that property.
Yes.
And they have been good. But it's anything like that. Utilities are necessary, but you just have to find the proper spot.
That's it.
And
the great thing about the new facility, it's new technology.
What we're having at the wastewater plant.
Yes.
I'm telling you, man.
And
it's something else now.
it's going to be, I think the current plant's 40-something years old. And, things wear out. But just like any other situation, your computers, your phone, as technology has improved, that carries over into wastewater treatment. Same situation. And this will be a major thing for Springfield as far as ensuring that we're in a good situation as we grow.
Yep. And it's a 4-year project, and they started it 6 months ago, I guess, something like that. So anything else? Brian Pulley's out there. We got to bring him in.
I'm
so
fine. I am fine.
I think we got it all.
I appreciate the opportunity. Always good to see you.
You too. You too. And you have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'm sure I'll see you around town.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe see you at a movie.
All righty.
Good
Thank
deal.
you.
Mayor Buzzy Poole, thank you for joining us, and just head out, and we're going to have Brian Pulley make his way in. I haven't talked to Brian in forever. We have been missing each other. But while we're getting those switched out, and they're going to talk for a minute, they are, we were going to talk about Valor Mortgage, and my friend Chris Armtrout and the experienced loan officers at Valor Mortgage. And as Brian's coming in, since he's here, we got to tell his experience. We talk about VA loans, we talk about FHA loans, conventional jumbo financing, but they also do refinancing. Talk to me.
Yes, we had ours done in early 2020, right before COVID hit.
Right.
And Chris and it was fantastic. We bought the house. We got a decent rate. And we bought the house in 2018, but knew that the rates would probably dip back down. At that time, they were a little lower than that. And so when they did, I went and talked to Chris. He was great. I was a little concerned about the whole process, and he made it super easy. I don't think from our first meeting I ever had to do anything other than sign paperwork from my computer, and got to the closing, super smooth, knocked about 2 points off our rate, which is significant savings on our house payment.
Yeah.
The process couldn't have been smoother, and it was just easy. The whole thing took, I don't know, maybe a month, a few weeks. And it was just signing the paperwork, and then it got to close and had to line up the date for the close. That was it. But like, as far as our time goes, it was minimal. I may have spent total an hour and a half on it, and got 2 points knocked off my loan. So
I love it.
Awesome.
And I just love that personal testimony. I talk about, Brian sharing that, because I was talking about Chris one day, and it just out of the blue, he was like, oh yeah, he helped me. And I love those stories, but that's what you have when you have somebody that's local. And one of the things that Chris says, when you call those 1-800 numbers and you fall into all that marketing that's, national, you're just a number. That's not the case with Valor Mortgage. You are going to be served by, again, experienced loan officers, your neighbors. They've got an office in downtown, just a couple of doors down from the theater. They do say call them, though, set up an appointment, because they're out and about taking care of people, and you're going to have a hard time catching them in the office unless you have an appointment. And you can do that, whether it's being your first home, your refinancing, if you want to do an investment in your future, maybe buy another property, whatever it is you need. They are not just in the business of mortgages. They're in the business of making home ownership and all these possibilities possible for everyone. Now, you got to know how much you can qualify for and all of those things. So get pre-qualified. Go to valor.mortgage, or give them a call at 615-671-9178, 615-671-9178, and get pre-approved today, because when it matters most, you deserve a lender you can trust. Buy with confidence. Buy with Valor. Valor Mortgage, NMLS, number 1210804, DBA of Encore Lending Group, NMLS, 1249911, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval, rates and terms subject to change without notice, not a commitment to lend. Let them know U-Turn sent you. You know,
you've gotten a lot better at that. That part, the 269-8G, all that. Yeah.
And Brian was saying he thought that I'd have it down and have it memorized. Yeah. It's a lot of numbers. I don't know that I will ever have it completely memorized, but yeah, I've got a little smoother now.
I set the bar very high for you. I think you could get there. So.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
So how was your summer?
It's been good. We've been busy. Yeah, some fun in there too. But no, everything is good. You've been traveling, correct?
We had the road trip to Mexico.
How did that go?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. It was just 2 weeks to be away from home, though, is a little too long.
It's a lot.
Yeah. My child that's married to Jedediah and Christina. Christina always grew up traveling a lot, so they travel. Mm-hmm. And they just got back from Scotland with it. They took my 3-month-old granddaughter to Scotland. Getting a baby a passport was a hoot.
That's incredible.
They travel all the time, and so they'll tell you the sweet spot's about 9 days.
Yeah.
Because 2 weeks is a long time.
That's a lot. I like my house.
It was exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I like being home, but it was wonderful. But we took a week to drive across country with the van that the church here bought from the church in Mexico, picked up some of the mission team in San Diego, then drove, down the peninsula. Like I keep telling everybody, that dark desert highway that the Eagles talked about in Hotel California is in Baja. It is not in America, because there's only one. There's a dark desert highway that goes down the peninsula. And
how long are you on it?
Oh goodness, we cross in Tijuana, and then you get to Ensenada, which is the city right before you head down the peninsula. And it's about, we're 4 hours out of Ensenada, I think, if we don't hit traffic.
Right.
Because they're doing construction and stuff like that. And that's about halfway down the peninsula. You can drive all the way, down to the bottom and to the resorts and all that, because the Baja Peninsula is a big port of call for cruise ships. So cities like Ensenada, they stop, and then that one down on the very end, I forget what it's called, but everybody knows it. I don't. But a lot of people go down there. And, but it's if you go to the villages where the people live that work in those resorts, you will be amazed. They're just so humble and so simple. And they have a simple life. There's a sweet girl down there that's part of our church in Rosario, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't have her permission, but she grew up in America and married somebody that wanted to move back to Mexico and works in the farming down there. And they've got a bunch of kids. She's been back down there 11 years, but she sounds like Californian. She sounds like she just is, any of the kids here. And when we first met, you could tell she was still missing America. And I talked to her the other day, and I was like, well, how are you doing? I said, how are you doing with all that? She goes, well, once you get used to taking a shower out of a bucket, she goes, you realize life's just good. Yeah. And she's just, she's a Christian, and she's just a beautiful person. She's just a beautiful, but she makes her living making hundreds and hundreds of tortillas. Wow. And selling them to the restaurants. Hundreds that I think it was like 600 that she has like a number that she makes weekly, and she has certain days. And I didn't have that conversation with her, but somebody was telling me that's what she does. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. But she's just making those tortillas and sells them to the little local stores and stuff. And
there's
just a simple, but they're just beautiful people. I just love them so much.
Yeah. I've had one experience. It was a long time ago. It was about 20 years ago. And, the Puerto Vallarta, which is on that side too, on the Pacific side, and it was just gorgeous. People were great. Town was beautiful. Food was amazing. Definitely would go back in a heartbeat. So
it is amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And I just tell everybody, if you get involved, Baja Missions is a group that you can get involved with that'll take you down the Baja, and you can be a part of it. And we've got 20 plus churches now that we work out of, and I do the optical. And no, I have no formal training in optical. They just trained me to do it. and we have, lensometers and things and refractors you can put on them, and it'll tell you the prescription of their glasses. And we had a family that gifted us a lensometer that we took down. So now I can, if somebody comes up with glasses and they like them, I can put them on there and tell you what the prescription is. And then if somebody donates glasses while we're down there, we're, reading glasses and doing all that. It's just neat. And we do like a triage clinic. And we have a barber that comes in and cuts hair, and we have a dentist. She pulls a lot of teeth over the days that we're there for clinic. It's just amazing. Yeah. It's just an awesome time. But yeah, I'm ready to be home. Well, I'm ready to get back to school.
No, not yet. Not yet. Let's enjoy our summer.
I know. I've got a lot to do before we get back to school, but I'm anxious to see my kiddos.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I love seeing my kids, and I've got so many seniors that I'm not going to see in the fall, but I keep running into them around town. And, one particular young man works up at Walmart, and I see him all the time, and he's getting ready for college and all that. So I'm so excited for them.
Yeah,
and
it's an exciting time.
Had a mom reach out to me last night needing some verification on volunteer hours for her young man for the Tennessee Promise money, and so, but it's just exciting stuff. So y'all's big thing is stuff, the best
next
thing,
week,
right?
Next week. We got it coming up. Yeah. So we've been diligently working on that. My end of it is kind of working with our corporate partners to try to get sponsorship dollars to pay for things and the supplies and recruit volunteers. And so we're coming down the home stretch here. And we did some final preparation stuff this week, and we will kind of just next week will be all action. It'll be what we actually get to do. And so we're shooting for around 15,000 backpacks throughout our footprint again. Which is now 10 counties. I think we can officially say Sumner County is with us now as well. And so that's the other thing we've been working on. We're kind of onboarding them right now and working with their partner agencies and the corporate partners that they have in Sumner County. There's a lot of crossover just due to proximity. The ones that we work with, Farmers Bake's a great example. They're based in Sumner County, but then they have locations obviously here in Robertson County, and I've worked with them for 7 years now, and so it's just a continuation of what we did. But some of them will be new relationships, so working on forming those, I think it's going to be a great thing for Sumner County. It's going to be a great thing just for our entire area because there's strength in numbers, and so we've got a lot more numbers. And just in my time, I think when we started we had 3 counties. It was Davidson, Robertson, Cheatham, and now we have 10. So
that's something.
Yeah, it's grown a lot, which is a beautiful thing, and I think it's going to be good. It's just there's little growing pains in the meantime while you get everything going. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, and then Stuff the Bus, we will be bringing some backpacks directly back here to Robertson County that will go to the schools. Looking forward to that. We've got some volunteers from this area that are coming over to help us that day, and so I think a lot of people are like, well, do you collect everything over there? It's collected throughout the 10 county footprint, which then brought over to Nissan just because it's such a huge undertaking to sort everything is the main thing and make sure every backpack has the same stuff in it. And so it's the only way we know how to do it. We've tried it about 100 different ways, and this is, I think the way we're doing it now is kind of the most streamlined. So we have it's a 2-day event. We'll bring all the supplies in on one day, all our corporate partners, individuals, whoever donated. We'll sort them that day, and then the second day we actually pack the bags. So we'll we've got all the things organized and sorted, all the different supplies, put them in the bags, and then we're working with a moving company that will then bring them out to all the counties as well to deliver. So, and then from there we have contacts in each county that will distribute them directly to whether it's going to be a back to school event, it's going to go directly into like a family resource center or school. So it varies in each county, just whatever works best for that county.
Right.
The main thing is we want to get them in the hands of kids that need them the most. So however that works for each county, we're good with.
And you have to, if you go and look at they're putting the stuff out for the kiddos. I was in Walmart yesterday, and there's already school supplies out.
Yes.
As soon as 4th of July, they're flipping.
That's the way it goes.
They're flipping that store and getting the school supplies out. And if you start looking at those lists that these kids need, oh my goodness, it gets so expensive so fast.
It does.
And I love that there are resources like what y'all do at United Way and so many other ones that if that's a struggle for you, don't let it be, because there's so many people that want to help.
There's I know there's been a back to school event here, and so I would just like get online, search it up, go to social media. There's one good thing social media is for. It's not all bad stuff. So there is information out there if you want to seek it out. But yeah, if you've got kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, you're like, I don't know how they're going to get the supplies. There's resources out there, and I promise you we can figure it out. And you can give us a call directly, 615-780-2401, 615-780-2401. I'll plug you in to some local resources, whether you live here or Cheatham. We've got the whole area covered, Sumner. So but the resources are limited, so we do the best we can, but we know there's still more need than that, and I wish we could give every kid in the county a backpack to start school, but that would be huge.
Not everybody needs that.
Not everybody needs it, but
my grandkids don't need that.
Yeah, I mean mine don't either, thankfully, but I think there's more that need it than we can cover. Unfortunately, we're doing our best, but we know that the need is still outweighing what the impact. But to your point, there are resources out there. You just got to seek them out a little bit. You may have to even get up early one morning and drive somewhere, but it'll be worth it. I mean, if you can save, if you got, depending on how many kids you got, $120, $150 on a couple of kids with all the supplies in the backpack, it may be worth it. And there's other resources at these events too, just on top of the backpack. So they try to cover several needs that those kids may be having. So, it's a great time of year as far as just seeing our volunteers in action. There'll be 2 very, very sweaty days. I don't even have to look at the weather forecast. It's funny. Our events coordinator, she is so detailed and amazing. Her name's Erin, and she was telling us and I've looked ahead at the weather, and I said, "There's no need, Erin. It's going to be high 90s and hot. Just go ahead and count on it, because it has been every year." But the Titans do a great job hosting us as well. And this beat our last year, obviously, in the old stadium.
I know. When you said that, I was like,
it's our last year. So maybe next year we'll be in the new fancy schmancy $1 billion.
They can put the lid on it.
The lid stays on it. Is it not? It's not retractable. They don't do it anymore. I kind of like those, because we have some beautiful fall days here in Tennessee, and football is meant to be played outside. But
I thought that it was retractable.
No, they do them now. It's just straight, because they want to host, and we've already been awarded the Super Bowl in 30, and they want to host the Final Four and all these great events, concerts, and all this stuff. And so the stadium
having the weather control.
Yeah, you just knock that out. Yeah. Yep. And so what you forfeit are some of those gorgeous 60-degree October days where it's just like perfect football weather. But that's me being old. So
that's when you need to go out to a high school football game.
Friday Night Lights. That's right.
Yeah. Especially when the tobacco barns are smoking.
That's the best.
It's just something.
That is football. That's when it's right. You're a little cool. You got a sweatshirt on that night. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's going to be great. But so many wonderful things going on. And again, back to school. Got to be thinking about it. Yes, we've still got a few weeks.
Everybody enjoy your summer.
Yeah, we still got about 3 weeks and a couple of days before we're back at school. I'm counting, because we've got so much work to do on the house, because we just are so behind on that, and we really are trying to get our house, and we've been trying to do some renovations for a year now, and it's coming along. But it's just
it's nothing. We did one in 24. I told my wife, if we do anything like that again, I'm probably need to move out for a while and just go somewhere else. It's stressful, man. And it just takes longer than you think. And this one, ours went pretty good, actually. There was a couple of hiccups, but it's just a lot of moving pieces.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we've got things in storage containers in the downstairs, and it's like, where's the blender? Well, it's in a box labeled downstairs because the cabinets are empty, because we're getting ready to move them around and do some renovation. And so it's like, And then I don't know if it's my husband. Everybody's wanting to know, how's my husband? He got stung a bunch, but he got stung right on the eyelid, and it swelled up both eyes. It was just a mess. And all the different things y'all suggested, we tried a lot of different stuff. He's so much better today. But it was, and we're going back after this same area that we can't get rid of these wasps because they're up inside. And we can't get to them without completely tearing the house apart. And they're out in an eave on the outside of the house. And some stinking woodpecker or something popped a hole in this big eave. And so we're wanting to plug that and patch it and all that. Well, there's something's like a hornet's nest or a wasp nest up in there, and we can't get to it. And we've tried, but they're awful.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. And so what do you do? And we've hung up the little hornet's nest decoys and the dragonfly. All the things are supposed to deter them. We'll see. So anyway, but yeah.
How did he get stung? Was he just out?
He was on the ladder.
He was on the ladder.
Plugging this hole.
Oh.
And they came. And
They
now
came
they
out.
the first day, they just dive bombed him as we were just considering getting at it. Stung him twice on the neck. And that didn't really affect him that bad. But then when they hit him right in the face and got him on the eye,
Goodness.
he was done. I mean, because he couldn't see. I mean, for 24 hours, his eyes were swollen shut, and he's fine. And we've done all the homeopathic stuff and all. I mean, he's a lot better, but he's not completely back to normal yet. He still look real human.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, thanks, LaVern. But anyway, so yeah,
I would be taking a pistol and shooting these things. So they would have to
like,
go.
what do you do?
They're going to have to go.
It's just like we're
light them on fire. Something's having to happen
You
here.
got to burn your house down to do
Maybe.
that, man.
Maybe. I know.
Anyway, talking with Brian Pulley, he is with the United Way, and just a great relationship with the show here. Any resource you need, guys, 211. Call that number. I give that number out so much because we run into people, just in the community, and you don't know where to send them. Well, they can call 211 and get plugged into all the resources. I send so many kids to the United Way to get there. I have a young man who's trying to get all of his. I'm looking here, Tennessee Archives right now for his community service that I need to sign off on because he did a bunch of videography stuff for me, helping with different things at school, and they got to have those volunteer hours. Call United Way, but not at the last minute. Not at the last minute.
Give us a little lead time, and we had it's a nice little segue. We had since I've been in here, we had a wonderful volunteer event back in June that ACE put together, where we partnered with the Robertson County Schools to pack meals for kids. I think it was a 2-day thing they put together. The schools, I believe, had been doing it on their own with some of their employees for the last few years, and it was a gigantic undertaking. It was a lot of food put together, but it was a great example of the way we would like to work. That's the ideally like we'd like to work. So we reached ACE, pooled her volunteers, and I reached out to some of my corporate partners, and between us, we were able to staff it for 2 full days, take a lot of load off our school system and the people back there that were sweating in that warehouse trying to put all that together. And so we had individuals, leaders of our community, corporate partners, all the stuff to be able to come together over 2 days and do that. We're hoping that's going to be an annual thing moving forward, but there's opportunities like that throughout our footprint.
So many places.
Just give us a little bit of time. We can plug you in depending on your physical limitations or your time or location or your schedule. I promise you, with our partnership with Hands On, now we can plug you in somewhere. There's plenty of opportunities, and we've got another one coming up the third quarter with the health department that we're going to be working on. I think ACE is going to be sending out some stuff to try to revamp their space a little bit. So opportunity there. There's opportunities throughout the year, but you just got to give us a little bit of time, because it may not be, hey, I need something to do next Tuesday at 10 a.m. We might not be able to suit you there, but
you might be able to, but you never know.
But if you get on her list, and she'll put you on her email list, when these come online, we can send that to you. Also, we have a calendar through Hands On that's updated daily, I think, and it does have those type of opportunities. If you really are just in a pinch and it's like, I got to get my hours in now, you can go to that Hands On calendar, plug in your date. It'll pull up everything available on that date, how many is needed, where the location is, what type of work you're going to be doing. You sign up right there on the site. They send you all the info. You show up, do your hours, done. So it could not be easier. It's what we use right now for our Stuff the Bus. So I signed up, even though I'm an employee of United Way, I signed up through the portal because it has the waiver is already on there and all that kind of stuff that you need just to get all the legal stuff out of the way. And then it keeps me, I get emails now.
Reminders.
And so it just gets you in loop. I know it's my job, so I know I'm going over there, but if I was a volunteer, it kind of keeps you in the loop on everything.
Right. So see, and it works so great, and there's so many things that United Way does for us, but let's pause for a second. Be thinking about anything else that you need to cover when we come back, but I need to pause right now and talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty, celebrating their anniversary this week. But you know what? You can still get in touch with the folks at Exit Prime Realty, because the Hastings we've got Brandy Hastings and Samuel Hastings now. Brandy's been with the team for a while. I got to hang out with Brandy a bit on last Friday when we were at the Kilgore Park to celebrate our nation's birthday. She was there with the chamber. And just wonderful, wonderful woman. You're going to love working with her. But Brandy and Samuel Hastings are both working now with Exit Prime Realty. Barry and Rebecca, of course, have been in this for a long. Rebecca's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. She came out of a different career, wanted to change, what she was doing, and really researched the real estate business to make sure she had a company that was going to have everything she needed before she stepped into and completely changed her career. And they've been with Exit the entire time. Exit Prime is of course, they have the brokerage office here in downtown that Barry runs. Rebecca has her agency office out in White House. They have a broker out in White House that can even broker deals in Kentucky, guys. They are the full picture of everything you need, whether it's buying or selling. If you want to be a realtor like Samuel Hastings and Brandy, they can help mentor you and bring you in and teach you something that will could be a part-time thing. It can be a full-time thing, like it became with Barry and Rebecca. They eventually left their jobs and went full-time with real estate, and they are top-notch. So whatever it is your needs, they're going to help you figure the way to get your needs met and to fulfill your dreams in real estate. Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty, Cross Plains. They have been for 30 years, like myself, but they have had such a diverse career that while they specialize in Robeson County properties, they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, originally from Kentucky like myself, so they get the whole Kentucky thing too. So everything you need, you'll find it. Sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertsoncounty.com, or give them a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425 or 7424, and let them know you turned sent ya. Brian Pulley in the house from United Way and all the things that are so important to our community. They are the bridge builder to the nonprofits, and we appreciate them so much. What else have you got for us?
After we stuff the bus, we'll we'll rest our feet for maybe a day, and then two, we're already ramping up for campaign season in the fall. And so if you are a company or work for a company that is interested in maybe being a United Way partner and are just curious and would like to discuss that, you can give me a call, 615-780-2401, 615-780-2401. There's a lot of ways we can get you plugged in there. A campaign is a traditional route, but not a lot of people, or maybe some people are not really ready for that yet. So some people jump in, like Stuff the Bus is a great example. They're like, we just want to come volunteer there and maybe provide a little sponsorship or do something like that. It's kind of dip your toe in the water and see how it is. It's a great opportunity to do that. If you're looking for other days of action that we have or getting involved in other ways, I promise you, we have just about anything that can possibly suit you. So if you're interested, give me a shout. Love to talk to you. I think we are very fortunate to live in a community that gives. But the need is not lessening. I don't want to get on a soapbox here right at the end, but things are expensive. We all know that. And so if you are feeling the crunch, you can imagine what somebody that is already living paycheck to paycheck is dealing with right now. And so those Alice cases that we talk about, which are people that live above the poverty line, but they're not making quite enough to really meet their needs. They're working full time. They're doing all the right things that they do. They're integral to our society functioning. Like you say, well, you need to get a better job. Well, they're trying. They're trying, man. Yeah. And also they're working the jobs that make everything run. Yep. You take them out of the workforce, you're gonna have a lot of companies in big trouble. Yep. And so we all play a part here. But so the needs have never been greater, and so therefore we need to raise as much money as we possibly can. And I know sometimes I see people when I start talking about the fundraising stuff, their eyes roll back a little bit, but it's what we do. So we have to, and it's central to what we do. So there's my little plug for that.
There you go. Yeah. And just reach out to United Way. Brian is the one that runs those campaigns and gets all that stuff together. So he is the one for you to plug into. And I'd love to see Robeson County Schools become a partner,
And they are in different ways. And that's one, and we work with them in other counties. Mm-hmm. Our teachers, I know, are underpaid anyway. And so the financial part of it, that's not my concern. I would love to be into them more just for the educational piece of it, to let the teachers know about the resources we have.
Yeah.
So that would be my main. If we go in and talk to every teacher in the county and say, hey, here's all the resources, because they're on the front, y'all on the front line.
Yeah,
lines,
we see
man.
these families.
You see it, and so
we see the struggle.
you are well versed now. If everybody had your the knowledge that we've been here talking for years.
Wow. Yeah, but
I would love that, because it's like when you see something, I don't think we could just always count on like the person that deals with it, the social worker in the schools or whatever, that to deal with it. The teachers are getting it firsthand.
Yeah.
They're the first ones that see it a lot of times, because they see the child coming every day. They see if the child is not being fed or not clean, or like whatever the needs are not being met. And we want to meet it right there and figure out a way to help that family. So it takes all of us. I always say that it takes everybody, and there's different types of partnerships. I talk about this a lot. It's like we have some companies that are big companies and can do big campaigns and big sponsorship dollars because of their revenue stream, and we have some that are smaller, but they're just as important to us because of what they do. They're volunteering, they're helping their community. We all have our role we can play.
There's something for everybody.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. And United Way, tell them again how to get in touch with you.
615-780-2401, 615-780-2401. One personal thing, because I heard y'all talking, we were on vacation the week it opened, but then got back the second week. Go support your local theater, man. What a beautiful place that we have.
A lot about it, yeah.
And I know like they're just getting open, and it's maybe they're working through some growing pains on their end. Any new place that opens up, it's beautiful. They did an amazing job of the renovation. The customer service was fantastic. The popcorn was great. The movie was awesome. Took me back. Obviously, nostalgia was thick in there. But just we talk about there's nothing for our kids to do, and there's nothing to do. There's something right there in our town. You can go support your local people and all of your local businesses. But that's one. It's maybe not be like that movie might not be for you, but the next one go anyway.
Yeah,
find somebody that is, and go out and have coffee and go to a movie or something. Whatever. Go support your local theater.
We took the Grands for the 4-year-old's birthday on Sunday, and they just had a great time. And we bought our popcorn bucket for the year. And
there you go. I'm doing that. I didn't. It wasn't available. We went to see Toy Story. We took my daughter's birthday, so it worked out beautifully. And I just saw that after the fact. But my son wants to see the ones up there, Minions.
So I'm going to go now. Yeah. I wanted to see Toy Story so bad, and we were in Mexico and didn't get back in time. And there was we flew home that Thursday morning. Literally got in our door at 6:30. And that was the last night Toy Story played.
That's the night we got to go. It was the last night.
Well, we should have gone. We were just so exhausted.
Yeah.
But we got to Minions.
International, you get an excuse.
Yeah, we went to Minions then that Sunday, and whatever you played, Michael, I'm going to come see it. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. You put a new movie in there, I'm coming.
He was up there that night. I got a chance to talk to him and just thanked him for bringing that back. And I was joking with my wife, like if I'd have hit the lottery and won just like an obscene amount of money, I would have probably done exactly what he did is what I would have used some of that money for, just to bring that back.
So cool.
And the retro stuff that they're going to end up doing, like there's a lot of possibilities. So it's really cool. So thank you for doing that, and go support it.
Yes, do it. And I want to see a history of the thing. And so that's one of my kids that grew up going to that theater, was with us on Sunday, Jeremiah, and I know I'm over time, but he had said, I would really love to see the history of the theater when it opened. And that's a Bill Jones question. Right. But he says that's something they could put up in here or just put up on the website, because he was super curious about it. And we just walked all over it, and got it. And it's just beautiful. Bathrooms downstairs as well as upstairs, an upstairs concession. It's just, it's cool.
Took me back.
Great job, Michael.
Took me back. Good job, man. Thank you.
Yep,
very service to your community. Appreciate you.
And Lee Marie wants to invite you to come out to Stephen's stretching class. Starts back today, 9:30. So get out there at 9:30. Bring you a squishy mat, Lee Marie says, and learn to stretch. And Stephen's very good at that. So anyway, tomorrow's Faith Friday. We'll talk more about that. And we're going to be having the premiere, the opening night of Making Hands. I'm going tomorrow night. That's my plan. They're going to have a ribbon cutting at 6:30. So come out and be a part of that. It's going to be a fabulous play. Thank you, Brian. So good to catch up. You going to be here next week?
I will not. We have all the stuff to bust
Oh,
fun
yeah, of
next
course,
week.
of
So yeah,
course.
I'll be knee
Okay.
deep in that.
Good deal, and we'll catch up
Yeah.
with you as we'll get back into a regular routine here pretty soon.
Yes.
And we got to get Ace in here too. So thank you guys for joining us. It's time to wrap it up. Join us for Faith Friday tomorrow, and thank you for being a part of what we're doing here at 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a great day.
There are times when days are dark for children of the light. Seems life is all